Time is invaluable. Every second in a person's life counts. It doesn't take much time for a person's life to end, or for that matter, take an irreparable turn for the worst.
Yo guys, what's up?
Hey, it's nice to see you again. What's up?
Salva is graduating from med school
She finished?
in 3 days. Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's do something.
Yeah,
I
let's
need to
meet
know.
up tomorrow. Here.
Okay.
We should plan a party.
You can do the cake, so? Do what? Yeah, I'll get her a cake.
Hey Sal, let's hang out. Okay, I will come pick you up tomorrow around 3. Hey Sal, I'm downstairs.
Sorry, I got late.
It's okay.
Where's your helmet?
What's the use of a helmet?
We need it, dude.
It just messes up my hair. I love it.
Slow down, you're going to end up killing us.
It's okay. Calm down. It's going to be fine. Go.
What if we died?
A single bad decision that we make in barely a fraction of a second can easily flip our entire lives upside down.
Umar Marzouk Ahmad Salim, or Otto, a father, a husband, and a child, his life was completely turned around by one reckless driver. Otto's accident occurred when he was on the way home from his workshop in Hurumale. The family later came to know that the other driver had no license and that this was his third road accident. Although the footage of the accident confirmed that Otto had been driving within the speed limit, he was the one who had to undergo multiple surgeries and intensive physiotherapy. His wife Naufa says that the laws are not strict enough as there are still several reckless drivers out there, as the worst penalty for driving without a license is a meager fine, whereas because of one such person, Otto's life will never be the same again.
This is only one such story. Many others have taken place and are not so well known. Just last year, in Addu City, a 35-year-old motorcyclist died on the spot after colliding with a van near a landfill site. In February this year, a 26-year-old died from injuries sustained after a deliberate crash into a motorcycle. These are just a few of many, and the actual figures involved in these accidents are far more shocking.
This year alone, there have been over 750 traffic accidents, and more than half of them have occurred in January. This is a decrease from last year, in which there were over 2,300 traffic accidents. From 2008 to 2011, there was an average of 2,000 accidents every year. Between 2012 and 2014, this number decreased slightly to just below 2,000, but increased to above 2,000 from 2015 onwards. Also, since 2008, it has been shown that after theft, traffic accidents is the most numerous single form of crime that occur in the Maldives. In 2017, it was shown that 8 in every 100,000 people in the Maldives die from traffic accidents. A study published by the Asia Pacific Journal of Public Health in 2015, including over 200 random motorcyclists aged 18 to 44, showed that although 97% of the respondents knew of the benefits of a helmet, none of them had used one. 40% of the respondents reported that they had experienced a road traffic injury in less than 12 months before the survey, and nearly half of the injuries were caused by the drivers. This study also identified the primary causes of traffic injuries as speeding, violation of traffic rules, and the use of illegal drugs before driving. The main risk factors associated with road traffic injuries were being 18 to 25 years old, male, and having a negative attitude to road safety issues.
In order to prevent situations like this from occurring, the government has made several laws and regulations regarding road safety along with severe penalties for those who break these laws.
The government of Maldives has several laws in place to ensure the safety of the road. Most of these laws are regarding speed, accidents, and driving etiquette. The use of mobile phones and smoking are prohibited while driving. Some of the laws are directed to the road development authorities. These include the ones declaring that it is mandatory for the road safety signs indicating the maximum speed permitted to drive being displayed on the roadsides. Failing to abide by the set speed limit is punishable by a fine of 500 to 1000 Maldivian rupiah. In order to enforce this, speed cameras have been installed on the major roads. In areas where it is permitted to drive above the set speed limit, a helmet should be used when driving two-wheelers and a seatbelt should be worn when driving vehicles with more than two wheels. If a person dies or gets injured due to dangerous or reckless driving, the driver will have to pay equal retribution according to Islamic law, and their license will be suspended for 10 years. Whereas if a person drives in such a way that could injure or risk another person's life, the penalty is suspension of the driver's license for 1 to 2 years. There are also some general laws pertaining to road safety issued by the government of Maldives. Each vehicle should have headlights on from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. In vehicles that must be driven with a license, the license should be with the driver or easily visible. If not, the driver will be fined 1000 to 2000 Maldivian rupiah. Failure to adhere to any of the traffic signs is punishable by a fine of 250 to 750 Maldivian rupiah. For any of the traffic laws that do not have specified punishments, the penalty for breaking those regulations is a fine of 750 Maldivian rupiah.
What if we could go back in time, just a few minutes, and do things differently? Would there be a difference in the outcome?
When driving a motorcycle on highways or bridges, it is mandatory to wear a helmet. If you use a car or a motorcycle, it is essential to check whether the brakes are functioning well before you start driving. Before starting to drive, it is advisable to adjust the rear view mirrors and check if any other vehicles are approaching you from behind. While taking a turn or switching lanes, you must give the appropriate signal so that other drivers can make way for you. It is important to keep in mind that there are certain ways in which lanes should be switched and stick to those regulations.
It is a must to follow the speed limit set for particular roads, highways, and bridges, and not to exceed it no matter how late you might be. It is also highly advised to stop at the side of the road when answering phone calls, as it is against the law to talk on the phone and drive simultaneously. Another important aspect when driving is to stop at the traffic lights. It is important to pay attention to school signs indicating to slow down. When taking turns at an intersection, it is advisable to check both sides of the road well before driving.
But the purpose of this video is not to educate a person on the safety measures they should take, as people are already aware of them, but to raise awareness about why following those measures is so important. Even the best of us can get involved in an accident. All it takes is just a single moment to make just one single reckless decision. One careless mistake by one person could completely devastate another person's life.
Everyone look out, right? Other the driving.